What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to 3 Star Draw. I am your host with the most, Down South 77. This is an adult collector channel where we focus on G.I. Joe, primarily G.I. Joe Classified, and once in a while we'll take a look at some other stuff that catches my interest, stuff that I like, stuff I can pick up that I like that is on clearance, especially just random things that interest me. And like I don't buy stuff just to have it out. Like if I buy it and I do a video on it, it's something that interests me and I finally decide to get it, or I get into it. Maybe I just found it, but I'm not going to buy stuff just to buy, because everything I got is going to be displayed in this room or the other room until I run out of room. And then I'll have to make some decisions or maybe do some rearranging. Either way, been doing a lot of firsts on the channel here lately with some of the unboxings and the videos that I have done, just where I have picked up some of these newer figures or newer to me figures, stuff that I like, and showing it off and unboxing it and whatever. Well, today is another one of those firsts. Today we are going to be looking at my first ever purchase from GridIron Studios. Now, I know if you've seen any of my posts or you've talked to me in a live chat or something and that subject's come up, I kind of say they're not for me. And it's not because they're not good products. I've seen them. I know they're great products. They're just a little expensive for me for what I'm doing with them. If I did tons of photography and things like that, I would probably pick up some more of them. But I'm not one that has to pick up a separate loadout for every single figure just because I want to say all the Hasbro weapons are crappy, because they're not. Hasbro's given us some really good weapons. They've also given us a lot of crap ones, but the ones that are in between are good enough. Right. For me, they're good enough. I don't need to replace everything, and I do not have the financial means to replace a loadout for every figure or every other figure by buying a complete new loadout, no matter how good it looks, that costs as much or more than the figure does. Now, that's no knock against them. You're getting what you pay for. It's just I don't need it all. So I did finally decide to purchase a couple things from GridIron. We're going to look at the first one here. And the stuff I get from there will be kind of one-off stuff, I think. Stuff that we're probably never going to see in classified, or never see the right version of it in classified. And maybe things that anybody can use. Like the new Airborne, his loadout's garbage. He comes with that stupid Firefly submachine gun that's too small for anybody because the handle's not big enough. I think they made a assault airborne or airman loadout for that. It's awesome. I don't hate that other stuff bad enough to spend what I'm spending for airborne to replace it. But that's just me. I mean, if you got the money for it and it's your thing, by all means. If I did, I may buy more of it. So I'm going to get kind of one-off stuff here and there as I can. And the thing that I'm going to show today should be no surprise to anybody that knows me or has talked to me online or whatever. Something that is near and dear to me, and does not only is going to look good with figures, but really, really strikes some nostalgia for me, and that's why I wanted it. This is probably the first thing I've been eyeing from GridIron since I started looking up their stuff a long time ago. Since it come out anyway, this is the thing that I've wanted the most that I have seen from them, and I finally broke down and I bought it. And it should be no surprise to anybody that I picked up the M134 Ol Painless set. This is the minigun that everybody wants, the minigun anybody needs. It is the minigun we wish come with Roadblock, since they didn't give him his right gun. instead of just yanking one off a spare ram. I finally picked this thing up. I've been looking really forward to getting it. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and check it out. And unfortunately, I do not have, neither do you, unless you made one or you have had it made. I do not have a Mac figure from Predator. Like, we all want Predator figures. I wish we could get some that are classified scale. I've seen fantastic customs that look just like them. I really wish maybe someday somebody can make one that won't break the bank. So I don't have a Mac, but I do have a Marvin.
Time a little painless up there.
Alrighty, so we got Mr. Marvin over there in the background eagerly awaiting. So I got this thing. It was in a box about yay big with the other one that I got, because I got something else from there. I'll be doing a video on that one too. So this is the way these come. They come in this bag here. So yeah, I'm going to mute it real quick while I open this stupid bag.
Come on in. Ol Painless is waiting.
Alright, well, that one wasn't too bad. There's a nice little pleat there on it and comes apart pretty nicely. So there we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at this bad boy. This thing looks great. So the barrels do spin, and this is obviously the minigun that Blaine carried from Predator. Got a little writing there. GridIron Studio. No, GridIron. What is that? 11/10/21. Is that what that said? Maybe that was the production date for it. Like I said, I know this is an older one, and a lot of people probably have had this or, have seen it, but I'm new to the game in getting into these. So as I said, of course, this is the first one that I'm going to pick up because it is kind of a one-off thing. So we got our other little bag sealed here. This has the feeder belt for the ammo and the backpack for the ammo. I should have pulled up my stats for this particular weapon. I actually did the math here a while back, and I figured out during the scene in the movie, the scene, I actually did the math and come up with a pretty good rough estimate on just how many rounds Mac fired. He fired for about 44 seconds. I should have pulled it up and read through it because it's actually pretty interesting. I may pull that up and put it in there somewhere else. So there's a card for GridIron for all of their contact info if you would like to get a hold of GridIron. And this is just kind of a little card that talks about what they do there. Got their website on it. Cool logo there. Props design. GridIron makes some fantastic stuff. So let's take a look at the backpack here. So it's got the peg where it pegs on. It has the waist there to hold it on. It really seems like this would have another strap on it, but I mean, that's in real life if this was really a thing. It does have some nice detailing on it there. It's all one color. It's not doesn't have a bunch of paint apps or anything on it. It's like an olive gray, almost like a gray green. Does have that peg on, or that hole on the side. I'm not even sure what that goes to. Doesn't come with anything that fits in there. So then you have your feed tube here. This is flexible. It's exactly serviceable. It's exactly what it ought to be. This doesn't have any kind of paint apps on it either, but it really doesn't need them. If they had like maybe some black or something in between there, but come on, it's just a piece of rubber, but it is I mean, it is accurate. This is what the thing looks like. And it just pegs in to, guessing the big end's going to go in here. Yeah. Big end goes there. Little end should go there on the right side. And what this thing does is it cycles this through and sucks them through there up into the barrels, and these barrels rotate, and every one that rotates, this is already feeding another round into it. The cyclic rate for this weapon, rounds per minute, varies, but it is between 2,000 rounds and 6,000 rounds. So I don't know. I don't know how it is adjusted, but that is the manufacturer specs on it. So it is throwing some serious firepower downrange when this thing is being fired by whoever is firing it. Now, it is a completely implausible weapon. I mean, it's made up for the movie. Let's see if I can get this through Roadback Mountain. See if I can get that through his harness into his peg. I hate some of these harnesses, and I don't want to break this peg. It really don't want to go in old Roadblock's back, does it? I scooted the harness out of the way. I didn't get it through the harness. I may work on that later, but just for purpose of this, I think it's on there about as good as we need. So let's see how they get these in. See if we can see what the handle is like. Probably go ahead and detach that. I didn't heat Roadblock's hands up or anything. This is a top load. Does have right there, and right there is it on this side. Can't really tell. Looks like it might be the top there. This does actually have a a safety on it, which you would most definitely want a safety on this thing if you are carrying it around. This is not going to be you let loose a few rounds and they might miss somebody if they're in proximity to it. They are definitely going to get riddled with bullets if this thing actually goes off. So you definitely want a safety on it. And this is meant to be held on the bottom. Just like I said, I didn't heat up Roadblock's hands, and he is an older figure, so his hands have the tougher, not as pliable plastic on them. I'll get it. You can do it. Maybe I should move the thumb. You know what? It's taking too long. Hang on, I'm going to pause it while I do this. All right, I did get it in there. As you can see, the detail that they put into these, it has that forward under rail there that is, it's recessed, if you can see that, where his fingers are, and that does allow this hand, once you get it in there, you can slide it. The other side's the same way, so the thumb goes there. This is how it ought to be. And then this is nice and pliable, so you can just loop it around. Like so. It come out while I was messing with his hand getting it in there. I just left it out. So you can get that in there. I do think it ought to be on the other side, though. I don't remember how it was in the movie. I don't remember which side it attached on in the movie. I mean, it doesn't matter. You have room. You could have somebody holding this left-handed too if you had somebody left-handed. But man, isn't that mean? So that's kind of what he looks like holding it there. Is much better than the Gatling gun that this Roadblock come with, which you know, if they're not going to give him the 50 cal, I'm not going to give him the Maul Deuce, a minigun is a good option for heavy artillery roadblock. I mean, it's fine, but you know, we all know that we wish he came with his Maul Deuce. So I'm happy with this. It looks fantastic, as I knew it would. No flaws with it. He holds it perfectly in the position that this should be held. And of course, you can, once you do that, you can pose him around. He pretty much holds this thing just like Blaine did in the movie. This thing would generate so much recoil. Nobody, I don't think, could actually fire this thing in this position, but it is one of the greatest movie weapons that we've ever gotten, and I'm glad to be able to have it for my Joes. I just got to figure out who I'm going to give it to, because I think it's too easy to give it to Roadblock. I think it's just, that's too obvious. I think somebody that you wouldn't expect to carry this should be carrying it. So, but it's badass. If you don't have it and you like gridiron stuff, or maybe you just want to get some gridiron stuff that you know we're probably never going to see unclassified to replace some of the stuff, by all means pick it up. It's fantastic stuff. I can't buy it all. So that is the GridIron. That is a GE, General Electric, makes this weapon. They do indeed bring good things to life. This is the M134 minigun from GridIron Studios. Hope you guys like this. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you don't mind. Hook me up in that algorithm. I am going to try and do some pictures to stick on the end of this, so hopefully you'll see those in just a minute. I've kind of got a little thing prepared. I've already put too much dang work into to not put it in there. I just got to get the pictures done because I got to build what I'm doing the pictures for. So anyway, guys, I will see you next time on 3-Star Draw. And by the way, if you noticed my new backdrop and setup here, I'm not going to have this up all the time. I had to build this last night. What for? Well, to quote Lucius Fox, oh, you wouldn't be interested in that.